Hi, I want to share some important news. And I think this is something only a person working in law enforcement would understand. On day one, we think we can tackle the world, and that's our plan. And then something changes. We quickly become exposed to the worst parts of society on a daily basis and need to process this exposure quickly and go on to the next call. Those outside the job don't know what we ask of you, what I've asked of you, and that list is long. You're involved in a fight and you're not sure how close backup is. You respond to a baby thrown in a dumpster. You're at a fatality collision scene and someone in a car looks like somebody you know. Another officer is seriously injured or worse, and you have to listen to it play out over the radio. These are all gut punches. No human being should have to deal with it. But we do, and sometimes all of this could happen in just one shift. And then you clock out, you go home, and you're not supposed to deal with any of it. That's why we build this room inside ourselves, a dark space in the basement where we put our toughest moments. Having a place to put these experiences keeps our mental health in check. At least it does, as long as you find the right time to address them. That's why our department takes mental health and resiliency so seriously. In a way, we're all trauma bonded and have to learn to lean on each other. It takes steady work to keep that muck from spilling over to other parts of your life. If that effort stops, if life gets loud or you lose faith, then anger creeps in. That's when people leave the job early or they get angry, and that's not the way I'm going to leave or the way you should leave either. Oddly, it isn't just the big stuff that ends up in that room. The smaller things sneak in and pile up too. It's like a rain barrel filling with water, only to spill out at a time that's inconvenient for you. Things like working on Christmas, or getting transferred to a new platoon and it impacts time with your family. Or when someone you thought was in your corner puts their own interests first at a time that's critical for you. It all stacks up, both large and small. When you're not at your best, you're impacted even harder. For example, I've experienced personal events that have made it harder for me to do this job at the level I expect of myself, or at the level the community deserves and expects of this position. Staying physically and mentally healthy is the best way to mitigate and process everything that we're exposed to. If longevity is important to you, you should make a pledge, a commitment to continuously recognize the need to address all those tough moments that we suppress inside of us. I made that promise to myself, and I've made decisions for you based on that promise. For me, it's the right time. This has been an amazing career for me, and looking back, I wouldn't have done anything else. I've addressed those issues in my basement, and I still have more to give the world. That's why, after 31 years, I'm retiring from the Everett Police Department at the end of the year. I'm leaving a department that has a great culture. We hold bad guys accountable, and we track down and arrest people that need to be arrested. We embrace technology, and we also value our relationships with the community. Things like homework club, or connecting someone with social workers, or engaging residents at a neighborhood meeting, or sharing coffee and pastries with somebody on Casino Road. This community engagement is baked into our mission, and it has helped us survive the last 5 years, arguably the toughest 5 years in modern law enforcement history, and we did it together. I believe these moments where we engage the community in non-traditional ways also keeps the distress and anxiety from leaving the basement and overcoming our ability to cope with it. I'll end with this. Serving as a police officer and serving with you has been a privilege to me. You're tough, you're smart, and you show up when it matters. That's commitment, and I thank you for that. After my departure, great leaders inside this department will have room to grow and take it to the next level. Do your best to find healthy ways to deal with that stuff in the basement, so you can, someday, leave this career on your own terms, with minimal cynicism and maximum pride and self-satisfaction. That's what I'm going to do. And please, be safe out there.